So VLOOKUP in Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So now the topic will be VLOOKUP. So I'll be discussing the whole function of VLOOKUP, and I prepared here the working page. Dito ako maglalagay ng formula to show you the VLOOKUP function. Then here is the database. This is important because this is the source of my data. So VLOOKUP, that means vertical lookup. So basically, ang kinukuha niya is the vertical instead of the horizontal. So vertical, you look the value within the column instead of within the row. So yun yung focus natin for today. Now, let's start with the VLOOKUP. So here, you just need to have, of course, for every Excel function, you need to start with the equal sign. It's the equal sign, and then directly press the name of the function, which is the VLOOKUP. And as you can see here, may guide na siya na the VLOOKUP function is legit. Meron siyang function within the Excel. Just put the open parenthesis here and basically follow the requirements of that function. So first is the lookup value. So ang lookup value ko here is the reference. So I wanted to get, I have here the piece of IDs, 3 pieces of IDs, and then this ID, I wanted to get the distance, and then the major activity, and then the main activity. So in here, my lookup value is the ID. And then the requirement is to have a comma, put a comma. Then the next one is the table array. So the table will be on your database. You just need to highlight this and make sure that the first column of your table contains your reference. So para madali, I put here ID kasi I wanted to get the value of these 3 IDs. The first column is also the ID kung nasa saan yung 416, 1308, and if may 444. And then I highlighted the whole table because that's the efficient way to do the formula because I require a lot of values na dapat kong makuha, like the distance, major, and main activities. So, put it here. But, yeah, I'm putting a formula for the distance. The formula will still be correct if you highlight the table up to the distance lang kasi makukuha niya naman yun. But for me, the efficient way is to highlight all the tables. Then put a comma. Then you'll be asked with the call index number. So the call index number is bibilangin mo yung column from your first column of the table. So in here, number 1 is the ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kasi I require distance, so that's 6. So I'll repeat it again. Number 1 is the ID, 2 is the material, 3, 4, 5, 6. So put 6 to get the distance. And then comma. And then you'll be asked if it's true or false, the range lookup. Kapag true, that means a close match lang nung iyong hinahanap. While the false, yun yung exact match. Yung kung ano yung value ni 416 sa distance, yun yung makukuha mo. So basically, false siya. If you put true, normally nagli-lead siya into errors. So make sure na you put false because if you left that range lookup blank, that will be true. And then press OK. So that's it. That's the VLOOKUP. And since you created the formula, you don't need to recreate it to get the other values, but you just fix the formula to fit for the copy-paste na function. Now, let's recheck the formula kasi una, gusto natin na makopy yung formula pababa. Makuha natin yung distance for ID 1308 and 444. Now in here, I press F2 to revisit the formula. And then, let this lookup value free. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang $sign, hindi siya nakalock para yung row niya mag-move when I copy it downwards. But the table, kailangan ko siyang malock because magpapakita ko ng example. If you just copy it like that, this is correct, but the table will be on error. So, erase lang din ito. Lock the table using $, or just press F4. Put your cell in this O12 and then $. And then this one is retain lang because it's not a cell. Just press enter. So that's it. You can copy the formula below here. Let's just check it if it's correct. For 138, that's it, no? So if we remove this one, the value will be NA, not applicable, because that means wala siya sa database table. If you wanted to remove the NA remarks, just put if error formula and then put 0. Let's just check it. Yeah, that's 0. But meron pang ibang option. Let it blank because it will become blank. Or talagang may remark siya not in the table or anything na gusto nyong remarks. So that's it. Now, if you wanted to copy it here and here for main and major and main activities, just revisit again the formula. And then here, the lookup value, if you just copy and then paste it, Control V for the copy and then Control C for the copy and then Control V for the paste, may error ka na with the lookup value because nag-move siya here. What you wanted to have is to adjust it here, or better, dito pa lang, i-adjust mo na siya. Lock the column A, but let the row move. Yan. Isa lang yung lock. Then copy and paste it. Of course, mali pa rin siya because manual natin nilagay yung 6 here, which is for the distance. Now, for the major activity, that will be 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just change it into 7. And then, just copy it. It's now correct. And then, here, of course, 8. Kasi that's 8, diba? Then paste. Now, another way is, another technique para hindi ka na paulit-ulit na maglalagay ng row is to create a column index within your table. So, diba, your table starts here, and the start of the call index number is here, number 1. Just put 1 here, and then just put 1 plus 1 here para mag-count siya into 2, 3, 4 onwards. Just copy it and then paste it here. So that's it. You can see here na ang distance equals to 6, major is 7, main is 8. So change the formula to that. Tanggalin mo yung 6, then put cell L5 for it para makuha niya yung value ni 6. And then, make sure na ilalak mo si row 4 lang. Ito lang yung lock. But let the column move. Para pag kinapi mo siya, retain lang siya. So, that's it. Burahin muna natin to. Copy it. Paste it here. Copy the whole. That's now correct. So, that's simple. That's the Vlookup overall. And then, there's another way pa. You can use the formula bar here. Just search for the function kung wala pa siya dito. But I will show you how to search. Just put the name, then go. Paglabas niya, double click. Basically, fill up all of this. Kanina, lookup value. Make sure it is locked para hindi ka na paulit-ulit. And then, the table array. Lock it again. Column index. Lock it again. And then false. Yeah. Then, Control C, Control V. Yeah, that's it. Of course, NA kasi wala na naman tayong if error. But that's it. Now, another way is to make it more efficient. We'll just remove this, and then uh, create again a VLOOKUP. Make sure it is locked here. But here, the table array, ganito gagawin natin. You highlight all of this. Make sure yung first column contains the reference, and then basically, hindi mo lang siya nilimit into this table, but up to the whole, up to the end of these columns. And then lock it. Make sure double lock, ano? And then press, yeah, no problem naman with that. Mababasa pa rin niya. And then false. Then paste it. That's it. Ang maganda dito with this technique, when you pag may data na for the 444 for example, just copy it para madali. Lalabas na rin siya dito. It's 6, DM7, SWSM. So that's it. That's the VLOOKUP in MS Excel spreadsheet. So don't forget to like and subscribe in my channel. Then also comment in the comment page so I can create a better content. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.